Basic Appraisal Principles, page 8. Purpose of USPAP. USPAP's purpose is to promote and preserve public trust through the establishment of definitions, rules, standards rules, and statements that address ethical and performance obligations of the appraiser. Enforcement of USPAP. Neither the Appraisal Foundation nor the Appraisal Standards Board has authority to mandate use of USPAP. Compliance with USPAP is only required of the appraiser when mandated by law or regulation, or when requested by clients or intended users. Title 11 of FIREA requires appraisers to comply with USPAP standards for all federally related transactions. In addition, the following entities may require the appraiser to comply with USPAP: State Appraiser Certification and Licensing Boards, federal, state, and local agencies, appraiser trade associations, USPAP contents. USPAP consists of definitions, preamble, rules, standards and standards rules, and statements that further clarify, interpret, explain, or elaborate on standards or standards rules. The standards and standards rules are organized by assignment types. For instance, real property appraisal, appraisal review, consulting, mass appraising, and by discipline. For instance, real property appraisal, personal property appraisal, business appraisal. USPAP Advisory Opinions, AO. Advisory opinions are issued by the Appraisal Standards Board as a form of guidance to demonstrate how USPAP is applied in specific situations. Advisory opinions are not part of USPAP, but are included in the printed publication as a reference. USPAP FAQ. The Appraisal Standards Board issues USPAP frequently asked questions as guidance to those questions that are commonly asked of the Appraisal Standards Board. These questions might have been posed by appraisers, users of appraisal services, or the public. Although the FAQ section is often published with USPAP, it is not considered a part of USPAP. Appraiser education on USPAP. AQB minimum requirements state that all appraisers seeking licensure must complete an approved 15-hour USPAP course. This course provides an in-depth look at USPAP, allowing the appraiser the opportunity to become competent in extra notes, promote and preserve public trust, check 1, Fannie Mae shit online, no USPAP content, page 9. USPAP. The AQB also has a 7-hour update course requirement. The purpose of this course is to familiarize the appraisers with changes that occurred in the most recent update of USPAP. USPAP updates. Changes and revisions to USPAP occur every 2 years. USPAP can be accessed at www.uspap.org. The real property appraiser professional. The term appraiser is defined by the Appraisal Foundation as one who is expected to perform valuation services competently and in a manner that is independent, impartial, and objective. This definition applies to all appraiser professions. Appraisers of real property, personal property, business valuations, or for mass appraising. In this course, we refer to the real property appraiser. Appraisers who act competently, independently, impartially, and objectively creates a credible and ethical reputation, both individually and for their profession as a whole. In addition, they promote public trust of their profession. Throughout this course, the term profession has been and will continue to be mentioned in relation to a real property appraiser. It is important to understand that real property appraising is indeed a profession and should be treated as such by its professionals. According to Encarta World Dictionary, profession can be defined as an occupation that requires extensive education or specialized training. The following characteristics further describe a profession or the professional. A profession includes professionals with skills based on theoretical knowledge that can be applied to the profession. The profession has organizations dedicated to supporting and enhancing the profession. Membership qualifications for these organizations are generally strict, with specific requirements for entry and for membership maintenance. A profession generally requires a specified duration of education as well as strict continuing education minimums to increase skills and knowledge. A profession generally requires the testing of a person's knowledge of the profession through a formal exam process. Passing of the exam generally allows the aspiring professional into a registry through licensing and or through acceptance to the organization. A trainee period exists before the aspiring professional acquires full credit as a professional. Professionals operate under a universally accepted code of standards, conduct, and ethics. Professionals generally offer services that benefit the public interest. Professionals tend to include only those who have met the requirements of the profession and exclude or even take action against those who claim to be professionals but who act outside the boundaries of the profession. Professionals tend to have their own individual client base. Professions generally have a legal authority or add legitimacy to their related activities. Extra notes. O's you certified you're on the AMC list. You something next be corrupt. Sith Lord. No USPAP updates. Changes and revisions to USPAP occur every 2 years. You got to know that. Something about Bants are owning the AMCs. I don't know. you need a letter of good standing from the board. We professionals we have a code of ethics to live by. Landscapers don't.